Hello my friends, Dr. E here, and welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 video. We are back with the DLC, baby. We can make videos now. Thank you to all of you who in the previous video, when I did the whole alternate history thing for Germany, went and liked and subscribed and everything. And if you go ahead and do that now, I would really appreciate it. It really means the world to me when you all watch these things, so thank you. As I'm sure many of you are already aware, in this DLC, the nations that got a new focus tree, or I should say a rework in some cases, are Austria, Hungary, Belgium, Belgian Congo, and of course, the Mustache Man himself. From what I've seen here from the beginning, and just a couple of the test things that I've done, there are some really memey things. And when I say memey, I mean the potential alternate history that we have for here is absolutely ludicrous. So I figured why not just go ahead and jump into one of these games where we can absolutely break things. Speaking of broken, hello there, Belgium. You're, not doing so hot, I can see. Yes, my friends, Belgium in 1936, getting ready to head into World War II, had still not recovered from the previous World War. It was not in a good situation at all. Belgium remains scarred by its experiences in the Great War, with large parts of the nation still lying in ruin and deeper wounds to be found in the psyche of its people. The democratic future of the nation itself is in question, beset as it is by allegations of corruption brought against them by varying fascist factions. Internationally, Belgium treads a tightrope between the treaty obligations to those that turned the nation into a battlefield and concerns for their ongoing security in an increasingly unsettled world. Yes, my friends, there is a very painful road ahead for Belgium, but is it going to be just painful for us, or is it going to be painful for everyone else around us? Well, since my wife tells me that I'm usually a pain in the ass, why don't we bring it to everyone else then? So yeah, here we are, Belgium 1936, and damn, do you not look snazzy, Mr. Corrupt Old Guard? Oh dear God. Yeah, Belgium currently faces a number of issues, namely a language barrier between the, French-speaking population and the Dutch-speaking population. It has a very effective force when fighting in forests, but also the country is horribly scarred by the Great War, and simultaneously corruption and economic problems are rampant. It is not a good state whatsoever. So you know what? We could go down the path of fixing our economy and, making our country a happy place for our citizens, or we could do the proper historical thing and just be blatant politicians. Government resigns. Pressure on the government has been mounting due to widespread allegations from the fascist Rexist organization of corruption, leading to the fall of the government and beginning preparations for a new election. You don't say. By the way, here while we're doing this, let's go ahead and get our industry, everything out of the way, get all the research set, get our infrastructure clocked out, and then simultaneously get some mill factories going. Let's see, we're going to need some basic stuff. We actually start the game with basic light tank destroyers, which is really interesting. And the reason this is so interesting, like why do we start with this, is because some of the Belgian units, like in the case of the Chasseurs Ardennais, actually start as mountaineers with tank destroyers. This is such a cool, they have such cool historical little divisions, which I love. That's a nice touch for like actual historical divisions and not just basic infantry like what you see with a lot of places. I mean, hell, just go and look at their cavalry. That's something, to say the least. Even their bicyclists are just two guys on bikes sharing a gun. What is so fascinating about Belgium here that I love from the beginning is they have this special thing for like the Chasseurs Ardennais, where it's like their mountaineers actually get intense bonuses for fighting in forest, not mountains. That is fascinating to me. The government resigns in snap election. Pressure on the government due to ongoing corruption scandal finally caused it to collapse. Investigators led by Leon de Grelle, leader of the fascist Rexist movement, has been investigating the bribery of ministers for several years, resulting in numerous payments to be discovered. In a bid to regain legitimacy, the embattled Prime Minister, Paul van Zeelen, called a snap election to regain credibility and legitimacy, and the results are now in. Party Over Belge, which is the Belgian Workers' Party, led by Emile van der Velde, performed the best, capitalizing on the unpopularity of his political rival. He could take this victory and form a minority government, or work together with Paul van Zeelen's Catholic Party to form a more stable majority and form a government of national unity. It should be noted here that Leon de Grelle's Rexist Party also performed very well, with his anti-corruption stance proving to be very popular. You mean the guy that looks like a Monopoly character is corrupt? What? No. Wow, yeah, form a government of national unity. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. After that, we'll go ahead and investigate these bribery charges and fix them. After that, the next step on here, perpetual neutrality. Due to being the primary battlefield, our nation was left in rubble following the First World War. Yeah, when literally everything was blown to hell. Never again should this be allowed to be repeated. As such, we will announce that Belgium shall form an independent and perpetually neutral state, and shall observe the same neutrality towards all other states. Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. The other thing that we should take note of here in this time is that not only are we not doing any economic things here from the very beginning, which is troublesome in the first place, but simultaneously, one of the other aspects of economic investment that we specifically have is over the Belgian Congo. So both ourselves as well as the Belgian Congo itself has the ability to go, I guess, complete these different focuses, and from there, actually build up the African colony, which is fascinating. After that, next step, independent, neutral, and loyal. During the last war, we relied on our allies, and our country became a battlefield as a result. Therefore, in a bid to keep the war out of Belgium, our ruler has declared us to be independent, neutral, and loyal. This will rally the political classes together in the need to address our own defenses, and thus develop our own military deterrent. Yeah, everyone can fuck off, basically. After that, next step, repudiate the treaty with France. France's refusal to extend the Maginot Line along our borders, in essence, leaves us a wide open door, through which an enemy will be forced to attack. By repudiating our treaties with them, we can be free of any military obligations to assist them, but they will still be forced to intervene should we be attacked, or risk a fall-through invasion into their unguarded territory. Yeah, that's awesome. Fun. Thanks. Paul Van Zeelen corruption scandal. The corruption scandal hunting Paul Van Zeelen's Catholic Party today worsened as the Prime Minister himself was found to have accepted contributions. It would seem to be simply a matter of time before his government collapses again. Oh no! Yeah, that's... Wow, when the fascists are actually the ones who are trying to point out all the corruption and government incompetence, that's not a good look, not gonna lie. That means we're going to need a royal intervention. The government has fallen, again, and it's time for the king to step in and take action. There are two candidates for prime minister, the sure hand of Paul-Emile Janssen or Leon de Grelle, who led the complaints against the corruption of the previous regime. Yep, we're going to have to figure this out. The royal appointment. Paul Van Zeelen finally resigned as prime minister and leaves his post in disgrace. This time, Leopold III, the king himself, has declared that he will step in and appoint a new prime minister, and there will be two prominent candidates. Paul-Emile Janssen, a member of the Liberal Party and member of the Government of National Unity, who is seen as a stable hand, and the other is Leon de Grelle, heralded as the voice of law and order, and recently bolstered by his own party's success in the election. We have either the Belgian Inquisitor, or just, like, the royal appointee. Yeah, we're gonna be spicy there. Rexist! Nobody expected the Belgian Inquisition. You know, naturally speaking, if we're going to be doing something for the first time, we got to make it extra spicy, so that's precisely what we're going to do. We now have 3 different options that we can do as Belgium, either to support the Rexists outright, which seems to align ourselves more closely with Germany. Well, not exactly. I guess you could do it as pretty much anything. It's just this is the path that you could go for being smaller and more independent, I guess. Or we could go down the more spicy side. Support the VNV. As part of the recent elections, the Vlaams National Verbond, or Flemish National Union, allied with the Rex Party with the intention of creating a corporatist state. Now that de Grelle has risen to power, it's time for him to reward his allies and begin making steps towards a more expansionist, fascist state with their eyes firmly on reunification with the Netherlands. You don't say. Anti-commenter back? Sure, yeah, join. We're already going fascist as it is in this case, so we're going to want to make sure to kind of protect ourselves against anything happening to Germany. However, that doesn't mean we're going to be good, per se. Alright, with the VNV, next step after that, revitalize the Netherlands, which is going to replace the language barrier issue that we have with Dutch being primary. That's the term I'm looking for. Yes. Our languages have virtually disappeared. Even the courts give out their pronouncements in French, and the only local dialects are remembered. The first step to restoring Flemish greatness is to ensure the proper language is first spoken by our government and our people. Netherlands! After revitalized Netherlands, we want to do Flanders Ascendant, but no, that requires we don't have perpetual neutrality, which means it's time to abandon the very thing that we just accepted that we were going to do like a year ago. Politics, baby, yeah. The cries for neutrality were the words of the weak. In this world, the only display that matters is demonstrated through strength. Yes. With the abandonment of neutrality, that means, my friends, finally, Flanders Ascendant. Now that pride in Flemish tradition and history is on the rise, it is time for us to seize this newly rekindled nationalist feeling and lead our nation towards its destiny. Unification with the Netherlands, conquest, glory, honor. It has actually taken us a while to do any of this. It is July of 1937. We have literally only done politics focuses. We have done nothing to fix our nation. You know, like a true fascist icon, really. And so really, the only thing left for us to do is to fight and conquer. As the world heats up with the Japanese declaration of war, that means we finally have enough world tension in here to go ahead and get ourselves to partial mobilization. Let's get that done, and from that, supercharge our economy. Flanders Ascendant, which means Luxembourg and Netherlands, dead. Go ahead and declare war on both of those, because if I wait on any of these, then both will possibly get guaranteed, which means that what we need to do is very quickly launch a series of strikes. If we go and move in here fast enough, we will be able to blitz right through the enemy, and then from there, take them out nice and fast. Let's see, French Horse and Rider, Gains conquer war goal against... I already got that in the first place. That literally doesn't matter. No, instead at this point, finally, a year and a half into the game, we can begin to fix our economy. Following the First World War, the Belgian economy was left in a state of tatters, and we still have done nothing to fix it. In a bid to facilitate reconstruction and to pay off its massive debts, the Belgian finance ministry started printing money. Lots of money. Although this helped at the time, we are at risk of hyperinflation and must get this under control before any other reforms can take place. Seems legit. Go ahead and assign all these forces here. That gives us a bunch of guns and other stuff that we can utilize. And now quickly, we just need to continue to push through the side here. With those forces trapped, that is another unit that we can go ahead and wipe. And we can go ahead and seize Luxembourg. There are 3 more divisions that are trapped here. And that is Utrecht, and immediately after that, Amsterdam falls. Wonderful. And just like that, Netherlands falls. It is really that simple. We just need to not care about our country's economy at all and prioritize killing other people. History, my friends. Go ahead and take the Dutch East Indies, take the Netherlands, take all their navies, take everything. It is mine, thank you, yoink, goodbye. And yeah, there we go. There's the new Belgium in 1930s. Oh god, we don't have enough manpower for any of this. Okay, that could be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, considering that our core population is this, but we also control now Indonesia, which means that's a lot more for us to potentially have to deal with here. At least I get a ton of resources though out of it. All right, after monetary reconstruction, I can't really do much else in here. We just have to go ahead and immediately go for the politics. Dietland. Our efforts to secure the rest of the Dutch-speaking lands in Europe have been a success, but it seems that not all of our brothers have adapted to this new future quite so well as we've expected. Go figure. We should remind them of their culture and language that we share through force. There we go, Dietland. How lovely. All right, now with that, we have a couple options in here. Either we can continue down more of a set that says European Crusade. A European Crusade, you say? Ho, 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 ho. Well. Now that sounds interesting. Well, first things first, before we do any of that, we need to still try to expand. Next up, demand Calais. Although our project is to reunite the nation is almost complete, there's a critical part of Flanders that is still in foreign hands. Calais, or Cales? Would it be Calais? It was originally a part of the county of Flanders 1,000 years ago, and thus it is now only proper that it be restored to us. You know? So here we go, March of 1938. How should we get Calais? We've decided to demand Calais from France. You know, as Belgium, of course. So how should we get Calais? We've decided to demand Calais from France. You know, as Belgium, because of course. However, we must still choose on how to get it. Of course, our mighty armies can take this land without issue, naturally. However, we should be mindful of the possibility of collateral damage, so perhaps we should pursue an alternative method of acquisition. The manner of unification is not important to us, just so long as we get what is rightfully ours. Threaten war, offer a peace to the Congo, or provide financial recompense. This is so dumb. Do we risk it? Do we risk it? Yeah, threaten for war. Threaten war for it. Let's do it. Oh, France, you know, their days of surrendering started much earlier than historically anticipated. France accepted. We received word from a delegation in Paris that France has chosen to accept our offer of, you know, give us this land or die. And the process is already underway to transfer administration of Calais and its surrounding territory to us. Oh, Lord. That is genuinely hilarious. Okay, so what is next in this fun list then? Burgundy Rising. The golden age of Flemish power and influence was when we dominated the Duchy of Burgundy. If we ever wish to restore our global prestige, we must uphold the martial and financial traditions of our ancestors. The first step in achieving this will, of course, be to reclaim those territories. So we change our name again. This is like the 4th name change we've had in 2 years. So to Burgundy, which gives us more political power, a little bit more population, okay, but less consumer goods and more, you know what, they're like tiny bonuses, but they're like really nice bonuses to have. And we get a core territory. You know, I will take that. I will take it. Thank you. Exiled Austrians offer their the Anschluss of the federal state of Austria has left many Austrians that were opposing this development exiled from their former home. Some of these dissidents have now arrived in Dietland and are offering their services in the factories, in the streets, and on the front lines. Can't guarantee their loyalty. We could use the help. Resistant growth speed in our states occupied, damage to enemy garrisons, recruitable population. Ooh, I will take that. Even if we're not hostile to Germany, those are still some really nice bonuses to have. 10% recruitable population factor? I'll take it. Burgundy Rising. How lovely. The next steps that we would have after that is like we can get more compliance within the East Indies, which is like, okay, that's something here. So that's actually kind of nice. But we can demand further Gaelic concessions, which gives us a war goal to attack France. Oh, all right. Considering that France is allied with England, I don't think that's a good idea exactly. I'm not gonna do that quite yet. So no, instead what we're gonna need to do is like try to fix our economy here. I can either go join the Axis or I can create my own faction that is strengthened, brother. A bunch of like Belgian fascist crusaders that refuse to listen to I like that. I'm liking the roleplay options that we have with this here. This could be real funny. But now, what we need to do right now is remove all of our debuffs. So that means launching a defense bill so that we can actually pay to build things for our military. Yeah. And after that, trying to fix our economy. Because at this point, before anything happens, we have basically a year. We have basically a year to try and sort our things out for what we can do. So there is the defense bill that is done. Let's see, increased length of service, add, mobilize. Okay. All right, that is something. That is something. We could boost our industry here, which actually, they got some good bonuses for armored cars and whatnot. That's actually pretty nice. Legacy Army experience gain plus 10%, division org plus 10%, recruitable population factor. What? These are really good bonuses, actually. And Royal Military, that's my research slot. Okay, you know what? Even though we're still not fixing our economy, it's fine. Okay, now we can start to fix our economy with, like, the gold reserves. Thankfully, the Burgundian state maintains a sizable gold reserve. At present, this provides us a stable foundation for borrowing and lending within our country, though we could also choose to sell our gold to temporarily boost development and construction. Yeah, at least we have different stuff here that we can work with. With the Munich Agreement, I'm generally wondering, should I stand up against Germany, or should I side with Germany to take out all the territory here in France? I could do either, to be honest. That's the thing. Next up after this, nationalize the banks. For too long, the banks have been run by greedy little men, caring nothing more than profit. The banks are an institution in the service of all, so it should only be that it's only just that we seize control of them and properly guide their financial instruments to our collective benefit. Yeah. Pierre Rickman's requests an increased emigration to the Congo. Sure, why not? Send people there. Here, it's fine, yeah. And after nationalize the bank, next step there is Royal Commander-in-Chief, I guess. King Leopold III comes from good soldier stock. King Albert was a war hero. He stood by the nation during its darkest hours and led us to glorious victory. All Leopold wants to do is prove himself and step outside of his father's shadow, and we need to give him that opportunity. So we're gonna make him a field marshal. After that, an international stipend. We've been offered a stipend from fellow fascist nations in order to buy our continued neutrality in their own affairs. If this is to be the price of non-interference, then it is one we can accept. After all, they seem to have forgotten to enter an end date. Sure. Because that, my friends, is the fate of Czechoslovakia. Everything is getting real spicy there. Italy pursues closer bonds with Germany. Yep, now everything is actually happening here. Yeah, demand further Gaelic concessions. We're probably going to end up having to side with Germany and get things going. Poland refuses the German ultimatum, and yeah, everything is about to happen over here. German right declares war on Poland, and of course, they immediately invite me into the Axis. That's fun. We're going to hold off here for just a little bit, let Poland die before I make any potentially really rash decisions. Fall of Warsaw, collapse of Poland, and okay, now as they all move over to this side here, now I go ahead and go and join the faction. Now we do it. Please don't kill me. Let them quickly send their troops over here to the front line, and then we join the war. Let's go. Throw our troops at the front line, and let's just push. Push through the French. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Potential limited war. Paris must fall. Our top diplomats and generals have recently met and advised us that this conflict remain limited in scope, that if no other major powers were to get involved, we might be able to bring France to the table and secure a quick peace deal. We know that they are not afraid of rising tensions. We know that they are afraid of rising tensions, and like us, have no wish to be drawn to another global conflict. As such, it is our calculation that should Paris fall, this would be enough of a demonstration of our capabilities. They might be willing to negotiate a transfer of the disputed I've already done this. I've already done this. Yeah, that's the fall of Paris. Instantly. Yep, quickly move through here, crush all these, and France falls. Thank you. The Duchy of Burgundy is back, baby. Oh dear God, that was quick. That was really quick. Now I guess the only thing left for the Flemish to do is to rekindle an old rivalry. I'm gonna steal all your sheep, the UK. And because we took all this, we can get cores in Alsace-Lorraine, Bourgogne, French Comte, and Champagne. Oh, baby, we got all this. The big thing is, I don't really have the ability to do much here with the Navy, so we're going to need to try and take out the English as soon as possible. It's December of 1939, meaning I have basically a year. What are you people doing? Why would you do this? English? You're just gonna keep on dying. Really? Again? You're just gonna keep on, you're just gonna keep on doing this. Alright, thanks, UK. Just keep on launching tiny little invasions and have all your men get killed off. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, next up after this, civil service purge. The taint of corruption went untreated for too long, and it has thoroughly infiltrated all ranks of the government. Radical diseases need radical cures. And in this instance, that cure is the complete purge of anyone we suspect, not even can prove, suspect of corrupt practices. Oh dear God. And my game crashed. Awesome. Oh my God, I just realized I can't get radar because I need a special kind of research facility in order to research it. Dear God. Well, that explains the whole radar thing that the UK has over here. That's going to be annoying to deal with. You have to actually research radar. Like, it's a special... Oh, see, that is both really cool and also really frustrating at the same time that I won't be able to just do it. God, they just keep on throwing themselves at me. They really do. Whoa, wait. What was that? Hold on. Aviation Militaire de Force Publique. Okay, so this is a thing for, like, Air Force with the Congo, but then somehow from getting it, it allows me to do pressurized cabins, which increases my air range by 25%. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, that is so strong. That is so strong. Okay, finally, here, we can go ahead and start radar. With radar, that means we can actually get things done, which is good. I'll need that from the very get-go. Pretty much the unfortunate reality for me, I'm gonna have to let the Germans go and fight the Soviets, and it's gonna be my job to take out the British at this point. I have basically a year to go toe-to-toe with the British here over the course of the, over the channel, and try and fight as many of them as I can. Oh my God, they did it again. These idiots! Oh yeah, baby, that's what I like to see. Do some damage. Do some damage. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight over this here. Like, we're gonna lose quite a number, but if I can dedicate the entirety of all of my production towards this, we'll be okay in the end, I think. Oh God, the entirety of the Balkans has just destroyed itself. That's lovely. And there we have it. Wow, that's early. Actually, Germany goes and declares war on the Soviets. Real early over here, actually. Huh. Well, I guess the only thing left for me to do here is just really try to focus in on all this and get as much damage over the channel as I can. Am I good enough in here? No. God, no, I'm not even close here for naval supremacy. Okay, this is good. This is going to take a while. I am eviscerating their air force. At the very least, I know that I am, though I am losing quite a bit here in southern England for my fighters. Oh, Belgica! Wait, hold on, I can get this now. I love the Boer sigil. Belgica was one of the northernmost territories of the Roman Empire, so called because of the most influential group of people living in the area. Clearly, if the Romans were able to identify the power of the Belgian people, there's only one right that we seize in their it is only right that we seize on their example and take it further than the Romans ever possibly dreamed. Yes, indeed. Okay, I am seeing this. I'm losing some ships, but I'm actually doing some decent damage, all things considered here. Oh my God, look at this this flag. Oh, that is hilarious. This is like our 5th name change, I think. Yeah? 5th name change this entire time? That's right, baby. The Belgians are back. It's been like 6 months, and this is actually way slower progress than I expected here in Germany. There we go. Just keep on pushing. Here, drive them back. Let's go. Come on. I know you're going to take some damage, but we got to push through this. Oh, dear God. That is... Romanians, why would you launch a strike here? I don't get it. And there we go. Oh my God, that is genuinely hilarious. Okay, so, my friends, the Allies fall. While Germany is over here dealing with the Soviets, we get to do pretty much whatever it is that we want. Which means we can pretty much take all the French colonies in the world, and it doesn't matter. And so yeah, there we go. Oh, the Congo dream. The Congo dream is alive there, buddies. There can be no Rome. There is only Belgium. Belgica reigns supreme. Well, my friends, in doing this, it means that, yeah, the United States never gets to join... What is this? What? Oh, I didn't realize that I got a piece of Canada. This is genuinely hilarious. Well, my friends, I think that we are going to go ahead and end things here today because there probably isn't much else it is that I could go and do here. I should try something like this here with Belgium and others. You know what? On the next ones we're going to do, we're not going to play historical. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to go and we're going to launch Austria. We're going to do Hungary. We're going to do all these different ones. Ahistorical. That's what we're going to do, because we've seen the historical one now twice with this new DLC. I want to see what kind of madness launches when you don't do that. Let me know in the comment section what it is that you all think, but Belgium, oh my god, Belgium is fun, but it is also incredibly brutal. I realized I could have done that way earlier if I had done proper preparation, like actually building a navy instead of focusing so much on Air Force. But if I had done that, I could have actually gotten enough naval superiority that I could have launched a strike potentially a year or so earlier if I had only prepared. Either way, I think that we're going to go ahead and end things here today. My friends, thank you all so very much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and buy my merch to support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to join us to our trip, on our trip to Mongolia, or the other trips that I'm going to be leading, make sure to check out in the comment section below, or rather in the description below, because we're going to be going on a bunch of adventures and having fun. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, my friends.